questions? I mean,
yes, sir. We can take some questions. Before we do, a couple quick announcements, if I may.
Go ahead, Don.
Talk about the donations. We need the donations. Please send in your check or money order payable to FDMG Academy, P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware, 19802. You can also cash app your donation, cash.me/$FDMG School. We received $2,000 in cash app donations last week. $2,000. We deposited $4,500 in checks and money orders today. So that's $7,000 in approximately 2 weeks. So we doing good, but we need to push harder because we got to raise $1 million. Okay, if we don't raise $1 million, we need $500,000 so we can do the big school. If we don't get $500,000, maybe we can get $250,000 to do the small school. So please, brothers and sisters, make those donations. That's the first announcement. Second announcement, we are finally going to begin shooting for the highly anticipated documentary entitled The Shockumentary, America's Psycho-Academic War Against Black Boys. This will be made for the movies. It will be released to a major film studio. And we're going to start filming in June. I'm scheduling now. I need to have the schedule done for May to give it to the video team. I'm saying that to say that if there's anyone listening to this interview who has a testimonial, a story that they would like to share about their personal experience with the war against Black boys. It can be about special education, medication, learning disabilities, misdiagnosis, school suspension, school expulsion, racism, alternative school evaluation, IEP. It can be about juvenile detention, police genocide, any experience you have in those 5 stages of miseducation, special education, psychiatric medication, juvenile incarceration, psychological frustration, or premature extermination, get in contact with Dr. Umar. You don't just have to be a parent. You could be a black man who lived it, and you want to tell what you went through. You understand? You could be a black woman married to a black man, and you saw him go through it, and you want to talk about that. You could be a teacher, superintendent, police officer, social worker, probation officer, leader of a community organization. You could be a neighborhood activist. You don't have to have a big title. You got to have a strong story. You don't have to have a big title, but you need to have a strong story. On top of that, we are coming out with a shockumentary mixtape. A shockumentary mixtape and a soundtrack, which will feature up-and-coming hip-hop artists, singers, poets, and spoken word artists. If you are a rapper, a singer, a poet, or a spoken word artist, and you have a piece no more than 4 minutes long that you want to submit for consideration on the mixtape or the soundtrack, you have until June 1st to email that to me. Dr. Umar Johnson at yahoo.com. DRUMAR Johnson at yahoo.com. The piece must be original. It cannot be something that's already been put out. It cannot be something that's on somebody else's mixtape. It cannot be something that has already been published on a previous album. It must be new. It must be authentic. And you must own 100% of the rights to that song, that rap, that piece of poetry, or that spoken word piece. Email that to Dr. Umar Johnson at yahoo.com with the name of the track, the instrumental, as well as the track with the actual, song or spoken word piece that has music to it. So we need the instrumental plus the song with the music, both tracks, because we're going to be using the movie for both the soundtrack as well as the documentary. If you are selected, your music will be featured in the documentary, and it will also be on the soundtrack. Okay, we're going to sell the soundtrack to raise money to finance the documentary. We're going to sell the soundtrack to raise money to finance the documentary. How does this benefit the artist? It benefits the artist because you got the most requested black scholar on the planet taking your music across the world for free. You're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of free publicity just by being on it. You're going to get credits on the soundtrack. You're going to get credited on the documentary. There will be a special the teacher artist who donated a song to help us with the shockumentary. It is just going to be a very, very powerful artistic renaissance that's going to take place. So if anybody's listening, up-and-coming artists, you want to do a piece, please email it to Dr. Umar Johnson. Everybody will not make the soundtrack. There's a soundtrack and then there's a separate mixtape. There's a mixtape and there's a soundtrack. Some will make the mixtape, some will make the soundtrack, some will make both. Send it on in. Now, there's another piece for music for the soundtrack, the mixtape, and the documentary. That's one piece. Now, if you are a singer, a poet, a spoken word artist, or a rapper, and you want to perform in the documentary, okay, so that was music for the documentary. I want to make sure we're clear. That was music for the documentary, music for the soundtrack, music for the mixtape. Now we're talking about performing a piece, being filmed, videoed, presenting a piece of art that will be in the documentary. If you're interested in being filmed, reciting your poem, offering your rap, offering your song, it must be a cappella though. When we do the live filming, it will be a cappella. We're going to film you in the community, and you got to be able to sing with no music. You got to be able to rap with no beat. You got to be able to do your poem and your spoken word with no beat. It will be no. We want it natural. We want it raw. We want it gritty, and we want it in the hood. So you can simply, offer your piece to be taped. You still need to send it to us. We need to see your 3-minute, 4-minute video of you singing, rapping, or doing your poetry to be considered for the filming of the documentary. And then a separate piece you should submit to be considered for the soundtrack as well as the documentary music. And I hope I'm making sense. One, you're performing in the documentary. The other, you're not performing in the documentary, but you're providing music for the documentary versus the soundtrack and the mixtape. And you could do it all. You could say, Doc, here's my piece. I want to perform in your documentary. And then here's my other piece to be considered for the soundtrack, the mixtape, and the documentary. You can do both, but it can't be the same piece of work. Whatever you perform in the documentary, there must be something different for the soundtrack. Whatever you offer for the soundtrack must be different than what you perform. You cannot perform the same music that we're going to be using because that defeats the purpose. You must give us a different piece. And again, anyone has any clarifying questions, Dr. Umar Johnson at yahoo.com. They can also email me at 8444 Dr. Umar. I'm telling you, the revolution is coming. It's here. Team Pan-African is coming back, which is an organization I started on Kwame Nkrumah's birthday back in 2005. Anybody who's looking for a powerful organization to be a part of, we will be holding new member meetings for Team Pan-African coming up this summer. RBG, from head to toe, Harveyism is back. And the last announcement I want to make before you go to the phones, very important, the National Independent Black Parent Association, which we founded in Baltimore 3 years ago. National Independent Black Parent Association is holding our next Leadership and Advocacy Training Conference in Wilmington, Delaware. Anybody who wants to learn how to be a parent advocate for their own children, for their community, if you want to learn how to be a parent advocate and then help us start a chapter of the National Independent Black Parent Association in your neighborhood, we are encouraging you to come to Wilmington, Delaware. 2 days. June 8th and June 9th, Saturday and Sunday. 2 days, June 8th and June 9th, Saturday and Sunday. You can register on the website right now, drumarjohnson.com. Children are welcome. Elders are welcome. You don't have to pay for kids. You don't have to pay for elders. It's 9 to 5 both days. Lunch will be provided. If you can only come for 1 day, come for 1 day. But I'm going to be teaching you everything you need to know in order to effectively advocate for parents and children in the public, private, parochial, or charter school system. If you come to this training, the education you get will be equivalent to that of an educational attorney. That's facts. Register now.
Yeah. What the doc just said. If not, if you just now joining the stream just now, go ahead and just, rewind it back. You can hear all that information, his donation links, his numbers, and also his emails. If you want to send a resume in, whatever you want to do, go ahead, play it back, and you can go ahead and find out what the doc got going on. Now, what I'm going to do is, and I have to say this, and I hate that I have to say this to my folks. I hate it. But y'all know how our folks are. I'm going to put this number in the chat room, all right? I'm going to put this number in the chat room. Call in here. You got an intelligent question to ask the doc. I don't have them long. Don't get up here saying nothing crazy, because if you do, I'm just going to block you. That's it. And you'll never be able to call in to this program again ever, all right? Once I block you, that's it. Your number's blocked forever. And same goes for the chat room. All right. And my moderators, y'all slipping because I seen something crazy get through. All right. I had to block it myself. Don't make me start pulling wrenches. All right. I told y'all at the beginning of the show, ain't nobody going to come up here disrespecting my guests. All right. It's not going to happen. So be on your P's and Q's, block all the nonsense. If you want to call in, ask the doc a question, there's the number. I just put it in the chat. Go ahead and call on in, but you better be calling in with some sense, because if you do, I'm just going to cut your ass off. I ain't playing no games. I told y'all at the top of the hour, we ain't playing no games. When the doctor's in the house, it's serious business. If you don't understand that, you're in the wrong place. You're on the wrong platform. You're watching the wrong stream. All right? The doc is in. We ain't playing no games. So go ahead and hit that phone number right there. The phone number is 712-770-4010. That's 712-770-4010. Access code 889212 if you wish to get up in here and ask a question. Also, I need y'all to get these likes up. I got the one and only Dr. Umar in the house. Should have to even ask. There's so many likes that is going up. You understand? When I got the doc in the house, I shouldn't have to ask for likes. All right? Don't cost you nothing. Take you 5 seconds to slide that mouse over and hit that like button. It's not like I'm asking you for money. All right? So go ahead, move that hand over, slide that mouse over that like button, and go ahead and hit it up. While we waiting for the people to call in, or wait for my board to light up. So when you come, so are you going to be on another tour? And I know you sent me the list of everything. Are you going to be on like a southern tour, like during the months of June and July?
Wow. I would probably argue that I've been on tour for about 10 years because it'll never stop. But let me tell you what we have coming up for your listeners. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, next Saturday, April 27th. I'm in Dayton, Ohio, the very next day, Sunday, April the 28th. I'm at Prince George's County Community College in Largo, Maryland, Thursday, May 2nd. I'm in Newark, New Jersey, Brick City, Sunday, May 5th. I am in Hartford, Connecticut, for the first time, May 19th. June 23rd. We have the National Independent Black Parent Association Advocacy Training, Wilmington, Delaware, June 8th and 9th. We also have Orlando and Jacksonville, Florida, back-to-back. August the 30th, which is a Friday, is Jacksonville, Florida. The next day, Saturday, August the 31st, is Orlando, Florida. And we're looking at Fort Lauderdale for Sunday, September 1st. So that might be a triple threat. Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma City, back-to-back. November the 2nd, we're in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And then on Sunday, November the 3rd, we're in Oklahoma City. I will be in the Bahamas the first week of November. I will be in Brazil for the first time, the third week of November. I will be in Brussels, Belgium, September the 7th. We have our group trip to Ghana for anyone who's interested. We're going to Ghana from July the 25th to August the 4th, 11 nights, 12 days in Ghana for the 400-year Year of Return Ancestral Remembrance. Naming ceremony, slave dungeons, kente cloth factory, a Dinkra village, Prempe museum is going to be crazy. If you've never been to Africa and you want to go with Dr. Umar for 2 weeks, please text me or email me so I can see the information so you can contact Mother Sharifa so she can go ahead and register you for the tour. Again, Dr. Umar Johnson at yahoo.com, or you can text me at 215-989-9858. You can also get me at 8444 Dr. Umar. That's 8444-DRUMAR. What else we got? I don't want to make sure I leave anyone out. What else we got? Long Island, New York, July the 14th. Charlotte, North Carolina, July the 6th. And those two events are both being sponsored by the I-10 Entertainment Group. Charlotte, July the 6th, and then Long Island, New York, July the 14th.
Where you going to be at in Long Island, Doc? Because you know I'm from Long Island originally.
Island, she hasn't given me the location yet, but you can email the Queen at info@AKEN, info@IKEN Entertainment Group, one word, IKENentertainmentgroup.com, info@IKENentertainmentgroup.com for Charlotte, July 6th, and Long Island, New York, July the 14th. I'm working on Jackson, Mississippi right now. We're working on Jackson. We're also working on San Francisco and Oakland right now. I'm trying to do San Diego, Los Angeles, San Fran / Oakland, either or, and Sacramento. I'm trying to come straight up the California coastline. So we're pushing, brothers and sisters. We're pushing, and I love the lecturing. I love spreading the information, and the reason I continue to do that is because I'm a healer. That's why I became a psychologist, because I'm a healer. And as I've been told by many elders that I actually heal people, it's not just a message. You bring a healing with your energy, and our people need that healing. And so I continue to do this as a form of therapy for our people, but also as a form of awakening, but also as a form of practical knowledge. See, there's two types of knowledge. There's dead knowledge, and then there's living knowledge. Dead knowledge, you can't do nothing with it. You can learn it, but it doesn't do anything for you. Living knowledge, you can take it and apply it. And the type of expertise that I have as it relates to the education and mental health of Black children is living knowledge. You can take it and use it immediately. And that's what separates me from a lot of other personalities in the conscious community who have nothing to give our people but dead, useless knowledge.
Wow. I got a question for you, Doc, from Victor Costin in the chat room. He says, sorry, I can't call in, but will you be adding children with intellectual disabilities to your school?
Great question. In the beginning, no. But what I do plan to do, after all, I'm a doctor of clinical psychology. I deal with mental illness and disability. I'm a certified school psychologist. 20 years in, I deal with disabilities and learning problems. So it wouldn't make sense for a school psychologist to start a school and not have any programs for children with disabilities. So what I plan to create is a special program for those children who are autistic. There will be a second special program for those children with serious mental illness. I want to have a special program for deaf children and a special program for blind children. So I want to start with those four in particular, because Black blind kids are overlooked, Black deaf kids are overlooked, Black autistic kids don't get what they need, and our children with serious mental illness are often overlooked as well. They suffer twice. They suffer because they're Black, and then they suffer because they have an extreme disability. So that's a very good question, by the way. That's a very good question. And yes, I've already put it out there before that those are going to be the four disability classifications that we're going to target first, and then we're going to expand beyond that. So we will have those classes at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, which will make us the first African-centered school that I'm aware of in American history that actually has programs for disabled African children.
Well, can we talk about that a little bit, Doc?
Sure.
How major is the problem with young Black children with disabilities? Like, I mean, how bad is it?
It's bad because they don't get the attention that they deserve. They're overlooked. Like, even when you look at the Special Olympics, you know why the Special Olympics are so lily white? Because they mistreat and marginalize and overlook and exclude Black parents and their children with disabilities. So a lot of Black parents, they don't sign their kids up for Special Olympics because it's racist. It's racist as hell. So we need our own Special Olympics, and that's something that I plan to do right there on the sacred grounds of the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. You know, we in fact plan to do that. You know, so it is a problem because they're so overlooked. The reason why it doesn't get a lot of attention because most disabled populations only represent a small percentage of the people. You know, so whether they're white, Black, brown, it doesn't matter. Disabled are no more than 10% on average. So you tend not to see a lot of deaf, blind, Black blind kid and Black deaf kid and Black seriously mentally retarded or intellectually disabled as we call it now. You don't see it because parents keep them in the house because they don't get no support. People are very insensitive. People crack jokes. They disrespect. I mean, look at all the black comedians that made fun of deaf kids and black people with serious mental illness. It's a joke in the black community. Very insensitive, you know. So I want to reach out to them. I plan to have seminars with them. I plan to start doing conference calls with them. Like when I call FHPWTLS, I literally mean it's a heaven on earth. It's going to be a place where a lot of people in our community for the first time can go and feel welcomed, feel like they belong, feel like they need something. The reason the black church gets so much love from black people, there's no other place that invites you to come out and just be who you are. And of course, the church doesn't really want you to be who you are because soon when you show up, they want to turn you into a Muslim or a Christian or a Hebrew or a Jehovah's Witness or whatever the case may be. So they don't really want you to come as you are because they want to remake you into what they want you to be. But at the FDMG, you can literally come as you are. We're going to have support groups for women who've been sexually abused, support groups for single black fathers, support groups for people who have been victimized by white violence, which is growing in this country. We want to have something for everybody. 100 years ago, the Honorable Marcus Garvey in New York City had something for everybody. Well, guess what? 100 years later in Wilmington, Delaware, which is also, by the way, the location where Marcus Garvey incorporated the Black Star Line Steamship Corporation in 1919. The Black Star Liner of Marcus Garvey's movement was incorporated in Wilmington, Delaware in 1919. Is it a coincidence that we incorporate the FDMG Academy in Wilmington, Delaware in 2019? There are no coincidences. Garvey's coming back in the whirlwind. What did he say? He said, I'm the first Marcus Garvey. You're going to have to deal with many more Marcus Garveys after I'm gone. And I'm one of those Marcus Garveys back in the whirlwind to finish the work of the greatest black leader, greatest black nationalist, greatest black Pan-Africanist, the only black leader, the only one who organized our people on a mass scale without using Islam or Christianity, the only black leader that was the leader of African people throughout the entire world, not just the United States, the only black leader who never took a penny from the Arab, the Latino, the East Indian, the Jew, or the Anglo-Saxon, the only black man to lay down the systematic ideological framework and blueprint for the elimination of white colonialism throughout Africa and throughout the Caribbean. The Honorable Marcus Garvey, I am here to finish the fellow Leo's work.
Wow. Oh, we got another question for you in the chat. Y'all know y'all can call in. I got the phone number up there, 712-770-4010. That's 712-770-4010. Access code 889212. My brother, Art Style, he says there were a few times when some Negroes tried to discredit your background in the mainstream media. What is your recommendation on how to prevent that from happening, then having a bright future such as yours?
You can't prevent it because the white man conditioned our people to be full of self-hatred. What Roland Martin did on his show was absolutely unacceptable and unforgivable, especially since I have been on that show several times before, and he never tried anything like that. But he was jealous at the love that I was getting off of the Breakfast Club interview that I had done not even a week prior. And since my Breakfast Club interview was so hot, it went viral. In fact, every time I'm on the Breakfast Club, it goes more viral than any rapper that they bring on there, okay? Because it was going so viral, Roland Martin wanted to, quote-unquote, humble me. That's how self-hatred works. He's a member of the black bourgeoisie. He's one of those coons that the power structure uses to take down brothers and sisters like me. Just like they used W.E.B. Du Bois and A. Philip Randolph and Cyril Briggs and Chandler Owen and the NAACP and the African Blood Brotherhood to bring down Garvey. Well, they tried to use News One Now and Roland Martin to bring me down. And they've used other bourgeoisie coons to try to bring me down. So if they did it to Garvey 100 years ago, why wouldn't they do it to me? So yes, they went to the Pennsylvania State Board of Psychology. and tried to get my certification revoked, stop me from getting licensed. Yes, they've been to the IRS. Yes, they went to GoFundMe and had the school fundraiser account shut down. They went to the post office and tried to say that I was guilty of the same false crimes that they charged Mr. Garvey with, using the United States mail to defraud people in connection to donating to the school, as they did with Marcus Garvey, saying that he tried to use the mails to defraud people in connection with the Black Star Line. The FDMG is the Black Star Line of today. Everything that they did to Garvey 100 years ago with the Black Star Line, they done it to Dr. Umar with the FDMG Academy. The question is, why don't we learn our lessons from history? Why are we going to let them do to me what they did to Garvey 100 years ago? And what really bothered me, to be honest, and again, the detractors are only a small group, but black people love negativity, so they get a lot of attention. It hurts when you see that you are as hardworking and sincere as I am, and your people think it's funny that some others in the community are trying to discredit and destroy a work that is aimed at saving our children. That's what hurts me the most. Why is it funny when someone's trying to discredit someone whose whole life is dedicated to serving black children? That means you don't care about black children either. But it's okay, though, because when we open up the school, Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, and I'm hoping that all of my supporters from around the world are there, none of them will be allowed in the school. They will not be allowed to attend any event, whether it is a FDMG-sponsored event, a Team Pan-African event, an NIBPA event, an Unapologetically African Movement event, or even if someone is renting space at the FDMG campus. No hater who has ever spoken out against me or attacked the school campaign will ever be allowed to set foot in any of our buildings. And I'm counting on you all. I'm counting on the real Dr. Umar supporters to keep me aware of who those haters are, because I'm too busy working. I won't know these people when I see them, but many of y'all will know them when you see them. And if you need to pull your brother to the side or one of the African guards of Garvey security and let them know that brother right there is a Dr. Umar hater, he has no business being in here, and we will promptly throw their asses out of school. So I'm letting the haters know now. If you a hater, don't walk in it. Because the minute somebody points you out, your ass will get drugged by the damn neck. This is for supporters and supporters only. It is not for fence riders, and it is not for haters. This is heaven on earth, and we don't need no black devils.
Wow. I wanna jump back to when I saw you on Roland Martin, and I mean, you were dropping it. You always drop it, Doc, when you go places. And what killed me?
No, I handle my business.
Yeah.
But it should have never happened. You know what I mean, brother? It should have never. You got a black man arguing with three Negroes, and I'm not going to include the fourth brother because he was pretty neutral. The attorney.
Yeah.
He was pretty neutral. I'm not going to throw them. But with Lauren and Eugene and Roland, we on national television, no filter, to the entire world, and you got three coons arguing against black men being loyal to black women.
Yeah.
It's one thing to argue for integration and we love white folks. We've been doing that for 400 years. But how do you argue that there's something wrong with telling black men that they need to be loyal to black women? And you got a black woman arguing for interracial marriage. You got a chocolate, richly melanated brother who has a white girl, by the way, that was proven right after the show to me, arguing for interracial marriage. That was the sickness of that show, brother. They had no right to be defending their slave master on a black national platform.
Wow. I almost lost it because, you know, when I was watching, it was in the morning, and I lost it when you called the brother a coon. You was like, you a coon.
And then Roland got mad. Wait, you saw Roland got mad, but Roland didn't say nothing about him calling me a lie. I'm going to be honest with you, brother. While I was sitting there, and you probably couldn't see it because I was trying to keep my decorum, I'm on national TV, a part of me said, get up, smack this shit out of Roland on national TV and walk him down. I was tempted. I was tempted. The only reason I did not do it is I think I would have got arrested. I think I would have, because, you know, we only a couple blocks from the Capitol and the White House, and, you know, it's a white building. They just use space. There and they were CNBC and you feel me, brother? And I didn't need to be getting arrested. You know what I mean? That's the only reason why I didn't smack the shit out of Roland. You know, because he deserved it that day. He deserved it.
And the crazy thing, man, after I saw that, man, and I used to watch Roland pretty regularly, man. I stopped watching him after that shit. I was like, man, this is some BS, man.
You know what, brother? I'm going to be honest. I believe, and Roland will never admit to this, that fat, no-neck, receding hairline coon will never admit to this, but I believe we are the reason his show got canceled.
Wow.
Do you think it's a coincidence that I'm on Roland? That was probably, where was that? That was like August. By December, they canceled it.
Yeah.
So our show was the third quarter.